Okay, I was just having fun with some chopping through velocity. Doing that with 16 levels. That's the sample right there. Let me put that on full. All right, so that's the sample. I just go to 16 levels right there, turn the velocity on, and see that it's not actually giving me different sets of velocity, of volume. It's actually chopping my sample. Okay, so what's happening? It's easy. This is something that was done, it has been done many times with especially older MPCs. Now, if you go to sample start, that's where the magic happens. You go to modulation. If it's set to 0, it means that the velocity is not affecting the sample start. Okay, so that is just always playing at the beginning. Let me get here. Where is that? So that should be on for you to get. So you get that velocity that we know where you pitch it, where you change the volume. Okay, so the velocity is affecting the amplitude here. Okay, so if you turn that down, means that you're not going to get that usual difference in velocity. But then means that you can go here into the modulation and you can open that up. And now the velocity is actually affecting the sample start instead of the volume. And this is how I chop samples on my MPC 60. This is how many people chop their samples back in the 80s, the 90s. It's also useful nowadays. You know, I was playing around with it. It's just, you know, you can do some cool stuff with this thing as well. So it's just a fun way, as you see, of just using a small little cut or an even bigger sample if you want, and recording that, just playing around with the same chop and actually taking different ideas from just a very small chop like this. So it's still useful till this day by having this. You don't need to go and chop a sample up to get this kind of idea. Just do this, right? If you change the sample start, it's kind of like affecting the slices. You would If you change the sensitivity here of the sample start, it will affect the slice point or the start and end point of each slice. It's kind of like a weird way of slicing, but that's what people do in their older MPCs. Again, you can use this for many different ideas. You got velocity to pitch, to filter, to amp. There's a bunch of stuff here. Sample start is a good way of just messing around with a cut. Okay, we recorded it into the track. And now, of course, we have our notes right there. If you want to adjust some of these points, you will have to go either here. I suppose you can change the velocity here. You can change the velocity in the step sequencer. That way you would be adjusting the start and end point of that chop as well. You can also go into the list editor. You got all your velocities right there. If you want to just really adjust something, just a tiny amount, you can do that as well. Okay, this is how you would, edit those start and end points. It's cool, man. You can do this for any type of chop. Get out of 16 levels. You got your sample right there. Let's say I want to do it with this one. I'll just go into 16 level. Do the same thing. Let me just adjust, go to program edit. Let me just adjust the start, the attack. Okay, and then take that away. Go to modulation. If you pitch, it's going to pitch the entire set of slices. Let me just pitch it right there. You can filter this, get rid of some of that noise real quick. Again, yeah, you can do that. You can chop a drum loop with this as well. So we got this right here. Let me just lower the level. So I'm going to go and do the same thing. I'm going to go into the program, make sure that go here, make sure I have that. All right, and then go here to the modulation, turn the 16 levels on. So this is a cool way to find in little loops like this or little ideas within a sample. I hope you guys enjoy the tip. If you didn't know about this already, there's plenty of things that you can do here with velocity to sensitivity. Go and have fun with it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.